So for instance, we already have very strict laws about how people who give us service, what they can and cannot do with the information they have on us. Like if I go to my personal physician, I have some disease, some medical condition, I get treatment. So I tell my physician very private things about me. Yes. That maybe even my family doesn't know, my neighbors don't know, and there is this thing called fiduciary obligation of the physician to use this very private information only in order to help me. They are not allowed to use it for anything else. With physicians, with lawyers, with accountants, we have this, it's obvious. My doctor cannot take my information and sell it to some corporation to use against me. That's a crime. But the big tech companies, they do it all the time. There we don't have this simple law.
We need a global
that if you cannot take my private information and just sell it to a third party to make money without my consent. But with the big tech, this is how it happens.
It's the business model.
It's the business model.
Yes.
And this is something that governments should say, no, you can't do that. That's illegal. And similarly, we should have regulations that prevent the over-concentration of too much information in one place. Whether it's a corporation, whether it's a government agency, when there is too much information concentrated in one place, it's always leads to a dictatorship.
Digital dictatorship.
Digital dictatorship. So like this, there are entire organizations
These are good guys.
and think tanks that are working on these regulations. But as we talked earlier, the problem is that just to understand, just for politicians and lawmakers and citizens, to understand what is happening is difficult. And without understanding what is happening, it's difficult to regulate it.
Yes,
the people who best understand what is happening, they don't go to politics.
Yes.
They go to business to make...
Professor Harari, that's why we need storytellers like you, very compelling storytellers.